everyone. If you don't know me, my name is Jenny, and I'm one of the parent educators here at the Relief Nursery. And I wanted to make some videos focused on supporting you as parents. We are living in an incredibly difficult time right now, really unprecedented. And for those of you staying home with young children, it can be incredibly challenging. And so I thought I would share some stuff that may help. I hope may help. So I wanted to start, I think, by talking about schedule and routine, but specifically around nighttime routine. Because for me as a parent, when my son was young, that to me was the single most important time of the day. Because if he didn't go to bed at good time, I did not have time for myself. I wasn't able to decompress. It's critical for our mental health, I think, to have a good solid routine, to get our kids down at a reasonable time so that we have the time to connect with, if we're co-parenting, or to have alone time, to read a book, to watch the show you want to watch, whatever it is, right? We need to give ourselves that time, especially now when we're with our kids all day long. It's more important than ever, right? Our mental health is more important than ever. So the key to doing that is having a really solid nighttime routine. And so I want to talk about what that looks like. I want to start by saying, you know your kids and you know your family better than anybody. So when I'm sharing this information, it's like, I'm not saying you have to do it this way. I'm saying, take what I'm saying, consider it, come up with a plan that's going to work for your family. Use figure it out of how it's going to work in your dynamic. Some of you have one kid, some of you have multiple kids, a lot of you have different age groups. And so there's all sorts of little challenges that happen in there. But I'm going to talk about in general what makes a good routine, nighttime routine. So number one, you need to make it fun. You need to make it about connection, right? This is one of the most magical times of the day for you to really connect with your kid, to snuggle, to read a book, to sing a song, whatever it is that makes them feel connected to you, that their cup is filled up so that they could sleep well, that they feel safe, they feel secure, all those things. So make it about connection. And finally, that it needs to be predictable and consistent. Right? It doesn't matter so much when you start the routine. You're going to decide that in your family dynamic of when that needs to happen and how to, the actual times of things. But the steps need to be consistent and they need to be predictable. Kids thrive on predictability. When they're not sure what's going to happen next, when they're left to their own devices of when they go to bed, all those things make it really stressful. It can make it really stressful for children and hard for them to settle down. So make it predictable, make it consistent. Other things to remember is to really, if TV is a significant part of your nighttime routine and it's not going well and it's difficult to get your kids down to bed, stop using TV as the nighttime routine. That's my biggest recommendation. There's two reasons for that. One is that when your child's watching TV and they look like this, it's not because they're resting, right? Actually, what's happening is that every part of their brain and all their senses are completely focused on what is happening on that screen and keeping up with what's happening and trying to figure it out, and everything is focused on that. So they're actually looking like this, but they're actually overstimulated, right? And for a lot of kids, what happens is you turn off that TV and then it's like, ding, I'm awake. And they're unable to focus and it takes a while for them to be able to decompress from that time. So it's not a friend. The second reason is that TVs, iPads, computers, they all have this blue light. And this blue light is this, your brain perceives it, your eyes perceive it as the same as daylight. So it disrupts it tricks your brain into thinking that it's daytime and disrupts the flow of melatonin. And melatonin is the natural thing that is released in your brain to make you sleepy. So it kind of tricks your brain into thinking, oh, it's not time for bed. We got to be awake. It's daytime, right? So it messes with that process. So TV for nighttime routine is not helping. Okay. However, if you're making dinner and your kids watch a show or whatever while you're doing that, great. Let them do that. But then turn the TV off. Nighttime routine should really start right after dinner, right? That whole evening time is really part of your nighttime routine. And the first step of it is after you eat dinner and after you clean up or whatever your process is after dinner, you play. And you play hard, you run, you do pillow fights, you play hide and go seek, you wrestle, you laugh, right? Let's get those belly laughs. Go outside if you have a safe place to go outside. Take a walk around the block. It's really a great time for kids to get those wiggles out and to get that energy out and to play hard. I know when your kids go to school and they're at the relief nursery, they play so hard that they come home exhausted, right? So it's kind of the same thing. Like give a good hour, hour and a half, even 2 hours of just serious play. And then they're going to be so much more ready for bed. Right? If they spend those evening hours watching TV, you're going to turn off the TV, and the last thing they're going to want to do is go to bed because their energy level is going to be off the hook. Okay, so play. And then about 45 minutes before you want them in bed, an hour before, 45 minutes, a half hour, you decide what works best for your family. You want to start slowing it down. So one of the traps that parents get into when kids don't want to go to sleep, they're always like, I'm hungry, I'm thirsty. So a great way to start slowing it down might be to have a nighttime snack, right? Give them an opportunity to eat some more food because they're growing and they just ran around forever. It gets them grounded, right? Make sure it's a healthy snack. We don't want sweet, potato chips, stuff like that. That's all simple carbs that break down really fast, and it gives you you get energy and then you crash and you get grumpy, and so you want to make sure it's a healthy snack. Cheese, whole wheat bread with a little peanut butter on it, whatever. It has protein, some fat in it that's going to really be substantial. Also, and then bath time. A lot of families do baths every night. I didn't do baths every night, but bath is a really great way to kind of bring down the energy, and then they could play a little more in the bathtub and it brings them down. And then get them into their pajamas if they wear pajamas. Not all kids wear pajamas, but get them ready for bed. And then once they're in bed, the key is to not just give them a kiss and say goodnight. They're not ready for that yet. They need that connection with you. So read a book. There's so many good things about reading. Maybe I'll do another blog just about all the things your kids learn from reading. Even if you're a terrible reader, they don't care. They love your voice. They want to hear you. They want to share stories. So you can make up stories. You could sing a song. You could say your prayers. Whatever your family is important to you. This is the time to do it. End the night with connection. Snuggle, right? When you know that when your child's cup is filled up, they're going to be better able to go to sleep. They're going to feel more secure. They're going to feel safe and get a better night's sleep. So there's lots of things that could go wrong in this routine. Kids are not going to be like, oh yeah, go to bed. Some kids do. Some kids like going to bed. It's weird, I know. I was a kid like that. But a lot of kids resist. They don't want to go to bed. They want to stay up with you. They're not tired. And so there's all sorts of, difficult things that, or resistance and things that happen. But if you have that flow, if you have the consistent routine and the process of going to bed, what you're doing is you're teaching them that important skill of how, when you're a grown-up and you need to go to bed so you could get up at a certain time to go to work, that you have the ability to know how to do that. And so so you go through it every single night. And the beautiful thing about being part of the relief nursery is that both Barbara, who's the other relief nursery parent educator, and I are available to troubleshoot. So if you're struggling to come up with a new nighttime routine, or you have a great nighttime routine and your child's just refusing to go to bed, we could talk individually about that. So I guess that to me covers most of the parts. Make sure to brush teeth, right? Brushing teeth is a big part of nighttime routine. So it's not a magic wand, but it's an amazing start. And if you have no nighttime routine right now and your kids are going to sleep whenever they go to sleep, it's time to start that. Again, it's about keeping you as the parent healthy. We need you to be healthy so you could care for your kids, and for you to do self-care and to take care of yourself during this time. And that getting your kids to bed at a good time is going to allow that space for you to take care of yourself. So again, if you need more help with this process, you have questions, you could reach both Barbara and I at the Relief Nursery. Whoever your contact person is at the Relief Nursery will help them. They will help you get in touch with us. I wish you all well. Stay safe. Wash your hands a lot. Thank you. Bye.